Oh, Cayman moon.
The voice of the Cayman Islands, Radio Cayman.
Shining down from above.
We love our listeners.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
And now, The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Here's your host, Sabrina Turner.
And welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz, right here on Radio Cayman. I am your host, Sabrina Turner, and this morning we're pleased to put the spotlight on BPW's fundraiser, Fashion Forward. And visiting with me in studio, I'm pleased to have Ms. Paula Robinson, president of the Business and Professional Women's Club Grand Cayman, and Ms. Natalie Baldwin, who is coordinator of Taya's Lounge. Welcome back. And Dr. Alexandra Bodden, co-chair of YBPW. Ladies, it's a pleasure to have you in studio.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
These shows would not be possible, of course, without the kind sponsorship, and Thursday's edition is proudly sponsored by greenturtle.ky and her friends over there by Cayman Medical Supplies. Now let's get on with the show. Mm-hmm. Tanya, Natalie, it's been a pleasure to have been able to give this forum and to put the spotlight on everything that's going on with Taya. So I know the word is getting out there and the collaboration, and here you are again collaborating, and there's some history behind Fashion Forward, hence the reason you're back, because both entities, both events will collaborate, and it is far extending to what you're doing with the young people in our community. So I'll allow you to, if persons missed that first interview, let's go with the Business and Professional Women's Club, and let's get some benefits of what it takes to be a member and how this all came about with Taya's Lounge, and again the fundraiser that's upcoming, Fashion Forward. So let's go with the benefits of being a member of the Business and Professional Women's Club Grand Cayman. Mm-hmm.
All right, so Business and Professional Women's Club of Grand Cayman was started just 43 years ago, and it's a network that we have. It's actually a local organization, our chapter. We do a lot of work in the community with educating people about domestic violence and women's issues and the importance of gender equality. But we're actually connected to the International Federation of Business and Professional Women, so it's actually a global club.
Right.
And we actually have seats on the UN as well. So it's cool to see the work that we're doing here, but also our connections globally. And several of us have been able to attend events as well to meet other women and other clubs to see what they're focusing on, which wherever the chapter is based is what we tend to take on local issues. So hearing what other groups are doing around the world is great. To be a member, it requires attending 3 meetings or events. So BPW does meet the third Wednesday of every month at 5:30. Our new home is the Georgetown Town Hall. And if anyone comes to Fashion Forward, that could actually be your first event. Just going to put that out there.
Okay.
And dues are $100 for the year.
There's a code in the message there.
That's first event. You can do it. It's a great way to start. Yeah.
Now, let's see what Taya is all about. How did Taya come into the mix? And, what is a Taya?
Okay, what is a Taya? That's a good question. Love it. So Taya is teen and young adult, and it's an after-school program for at-risk teen and young adults. Mm-hmm. And one of our main goals for Taya is a safe place for these youth to be themselves, figure out the full potential that they don't have, and to empower them. And so that's where, when I heard about BPW, I think it was through Lexi, I gravitated towards BPW because it's about empowerment of women. Mm-hmm. Yes, reach for your goals, reach high, and we're going to support you. Personally, I'm a dreamer. I dream big. I see the big picture, and that's what I love as well, because BPW has given me the opportunity, so many opportunities to support me when I don't think I can. Correct. I don't think I'm good enough. And it's kind of those self-doubting thoughts that is very common, but even more common for these at-risk teens, because what they're going through, they're being told they're not good enough. They're being told they can't do this. They're failing their classes. All they see is failure. And I would want to give them that little glimpse of hope of, let's be positive, let's dream, let's do what we can. And so that's kind of how it all came forward.
Now, Taya's Lounge is pretty much very young.
Yes.
And it's still evolving into its own. We're so happy to have been able to assist you in getting it out there.
Yes,
but
thank you.
what has been the response this far from being interviewed first here on the Business Buzz, and you've had your open house event? Give us an update on that.
So it's amazing because we actually now have 40 teens as participants and a regular 15 to 18 per night, which is amazing because they really need it. And, they come every night. They come back. And now I have the teens that don't want to, like I've said before, too cool for school. We just did an activity yesterday about trust, and we built a wall of trust, and everyone participated.
Nice.
And so it's just giving them those little snippets of empowerment. So I see great things. We are always looking for volunteers as well. If anyone wants to interested, you can contact me at taya.cicc@ky.com.
Now, there is a big event coming up, and it's called Fashion Forward. Now, it's just not your typical fashion show that Taya decides, I just want to put on a fashion show, and we just get all the glitz and glam. But there is some history of Fashion Forward. How did you two mesh those together? I think we need to go back to where Fashion Forward is evolved, where it came from, and then how this collaboration happened.
Well,
it's an interesting story.
Yes. As a matter of fact, this is not the first event then. And we have had previous successes with having some of our local community volunteer for different reasons. The first one is donating either completely brand new pieces of clothing or gently used that we could have as a donation for these models in the night to actually showcase. We do a great night of cocktails, entertainment, and shopping. Yeah. And the funds that are raised actually are for our scholarship program that we have every year, where we further the education for women in Cayman who have a proven financial need, and they could apply for like UCCI or ICCI. So it's quite an important fundraiser for us. Though Natalie had recently joined VPW, and not just so energetic and willing to be of assistance at all point, she had this love for fashion. And
Can't
coming
you tell?
up, yes, perfect fit. And as the fundraiser was coming up and the planning had the need for volunteers, we were just so blessed that she had the desire to become the lead for it. And what, as I said, what a better fit, somebody who has the desire to help, somebody who loves fashion, and tying that link with her lounge, which will be empowering not only the teens, but also herself. Yeah. And growing the members of the club is such an important and critical thing for the International Federation. We want to make sure that, as in any job, like you have a career path, with BPW, you also see that growth as an individual and as a professional. And so far, we have seen Natalie in a few months growing tremendously, and particularly with this role for Fashion Forward.
Excellent. Yeah. Natalie, what are your students, your young people, your young adults, the future, saying about this event?
They're all so excited about being a part of the event. Like Paula said, the reason why I want to also have them be involved, because I want to give them the simple responsibility and trust that they don't usually get to be a part of something bigger.
Excellent.
And so just little things. The playlist for the fashion show, they developed.
Nice.
And so they all worked on that last week, and it was fantastic. They help with sorting out the clothes. They're helping with the centerpieces, and they're basically my right-hand man.
Okay.
And so it's been amazing, and to see their faces light up and give them the opportunity that they don't usually get.
Now tell us, when and where will this Fashion Forward show take place?
Next week, Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, it will be at Royal Palms, and it's going to start at 5:30 as a welcome drink, and then it's going to be fantastic from there. So
beautiful venue.
Everyone.
I pray for excellent weather, beautiful backdrop with the sunset and everything.
Yes.
So what type of clothing will be featured?
It is more of a high-end fashion-inspired theme. So some of the clothes are going to be more professional. Some will be dressy. So it has a variety of fashion.
Why not? It's the
Yes.
season. It's coming up.
True.
Why not? It may inspire something for your Christmas luncheon or your Christmas big party.
Absolutely.
New Year's Eve, definitely. So who will be some of the models and participants of your event?
So some of the models are definitely some of my teen girls, and that's something that we're working with them. They've picked out their outfits, and we're working on how to walk with confidence and self-esteem and with their head held high. And then, of course, some of the models are going to be some of the fabulous ladies from BPW. We'll also be working on walking. And then I'm not sure Paula mentioned, but Miss World Cayman from 2017, Kristen Amaya will be there, and we're fantastic. She's actually going to help teach some of the teens how to walk.
Okay.
So it's really
Do you
excited.
know what kind of confidence that builds? As simple as walking. And
Right.
it's a perfect match for what you're doing with your Fashion Forward and for the mission and the aim of Taya's Lounge. Congratulations for having this.
Thank you.
And again, you have to have that vision and understand where you want to move forward, and to be able to share that with the young people that obviously are just more and more gravitating. And I hope by featuring and allowing you all this outlet for both of what your organization, that you will get more interested persons and participants. Volunteering is one thing, but having people to have that fun love, that genuine love and care, and it's far-reaching. For far too often, we no longer hear the voice of the young people. And if those voices that are screaming there have that outlet through Taya's Lounge that is then being supported by BPW, and this forms from the Crisis Center. Oh my God, do you realize? You realize how those, it's just far reaching. So congratulations, ladies, for the vision, and continue on your path.
Thank you.
You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner, and we put the spotlight in our topic today is BPW Club empowering teens and Taya's team for the planning and execution of the BPW Scholarship Fundraiser, Fashion Forward. We're going to take our first break. When we come back, a little bit more about, the opportunities offered and how scholarships can be attained, more about the criteria in case you missed it, and how can you partner with organizations such as what these ladies are talking about. Keep it locked to the Business Buzz for more when we come back.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Thomas Abraham Ebanks, 1882 through 1964. Mr. Abram is regarded as one of the patriarchs of West Bay. He started his life as a seaman and was miraculously saved during a storm that hit the Cayman Islands. Later in his seafaring career, he captained a mailboat which plied between Fort Myers and Okeechobee, Florida. Mr. Abram also pioneered the captive rearing of green turtles in Newtown or Governor Sound. Later in life, he started a small store. To augment his income, he became the collector of taxes in West Bay. When the government discontinued the discharge of cargo at West Bay, Mr. Abram was made the assistant warehouse keeper in Georgetown. His greatest contribution to the district was as an elder of the West Bay Presbyterian Church. Over the years, he influenced many young people to follow the straight path by his sermonettes and by his own example.
Radio Cayman's Historical Facts Vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all 3 Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
It's more than what we do. It's who we are. We were your official bank of the quincentennial celebrations in 2003. We were your Bank of the Year 4 times. We were voted as the inaugural top employer in 2010. We were the inaugural Business of the Year awardee in 2017. Who are we? We are Cayman National, your local bank, proudly serving you for over 40 years. It's because of you that our journey continues.
Oh, gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
October 18 is International Credit Union Day, or ICU Day for short, celebrating 70 years of the credit union difference worldwide and 43 years here in the Cayman Islands. Stay tuned to learn more about the special ICU Day activities and offers in the coming days.
You may have heard of them by now. greenturtle.ky, a one-stop shop for your mobile needs, whether shopping for a new phone or topping up a loved one. It's time to hop aboard the Green Turtle Express. From 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman to sending credit worldwide, greenturtle.ky is the future of mobile. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. greenturtle.ky. They get there first.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you're invited to participate in the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens Brenda Tibbetts Lund Memorial 5K Walk Run on Saturday, October 6th from Cayman to the Flow Exchange and back, starting at 6 a.m. and the 5K and 10K Walk Run on Sunday, October the 14th at the 7 Mile Beach. Entry fee is $25 and participants can register online at www.caymanactive.com or the Lions Club of Tropical Gardens Pink Shop in the Elizabethan Square, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. Funds raised go towards paying for mammogram screenings. There will be trophies for runners, and all participants are entered into the raffle following the event. Breast cancer survivors are also invited to attend the walk run. There will be special goodie bags for all survivors who attend.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz and keeping the spotlight on BPW Club empowering teens and the TAIA team for planning and executing the BPW Scholarship Fundraiser Fashion Show. I'm pleased to have joining me in studio this morning President of BPW Grand Cayman, Ms. Paula Robinson. She's joined by young BPW and TAIA Lounge Coordinator, Ms. Natalie Baldwin, and Dr. Alexandra Bodden, who's co-chair of YBPW. Now, I'd like you to share with our listening audience and tell us a bit more about the scholarship opportunities that are offered through the Business and Professional Women's Club Grand Cayman.
The Corinne Thompson Memorial Scholarship Program is led by the BPW Club for many years in honor of Ms. Corinne Thompson. And we actually want to help women who would love to further their education, but they have a proven financial need of support. Mm-hmm. So every year we put out the announcement when the applications are opened. And we have a process where our committee actually gets together and confidentially reviews those applications and works directly with them to review their needs and then make a decision. In this case, we had applications from June for the startup of fall 2018. Okay. So this fundraiser will be very helpful for 2019's applications and for us to support the ladies who are looking for that further education.
Excellent. And how fitting to have a fashion show. And again, you're by extension and collaborating with TAIA's Lounge. That is also showing and paving the way for the young persons who see that as a safe haven and the opportunity for furthering their education as well.
Totally. Definitely.
So what kind of planning went into organizing this fashion show? What does it take?
Where do we start?
I know. That laugh is like you would never believe.
I think it sounds like something fun when you first do, but there's a lot of little details, and it's a lot more planning than expected. But it's been such a good learning opportunity. I would not say only for me, but maybe for the other BP, for Lexi and Paula with me. They've been such a support going through things. And then, like I said, I have the TIA teens who help me, so I am always very transparent and honest, and I tell them everything that I'm doing. So I ask their opinion on things. I tell them this is what I'm doing with the fashion show. What do you think? What are your ideas? Because then they have a whole new perspective than we do.
Yes, they do.
That can help us.
Yes. So what I'm seeing, it's a symbiotic relationship here.
Yes.
And you know, it's you can imagine how free those young people feel when they're there and they're a part of the decision process. You welcome their ideas. They have a stake at the table, which is so important. And what we're seeing in our youth, they just feel so left out today.
Yeah, that's true.
And again, kudos to you for allowing them to do that. So how can persons get more information on Taya's Lounge and BPW? Taya, go ahead.
Okay. For Taya, if anyone is interested in learning more about us, working with us, volunteering, coming to see the lounge, you can just contact me via my work cell, which is 321-5129. You can come anytime. On Mondays, if there's any prospective new participants, 3 to 5 is when I have new teens that can come, and I can tell them a little bit more as well.
Correct. Dr. Alexander?
Yeah, for BPW, you can check out our new website, thanks to Yellow, which is bpwgcm.org. You can email us, info@bpwgcm.org. It's BPW Grand Cayman is what it stands for. It's a lot of letters. We are also on Facebook at BPW Grand Cayman. YBPW has Young BPW Grand Cayman, and more information about all of these events are posted there, and we keep the Facebook up to date, both of them. We also have Instagram, which is YBPW Grand Cayman.
You hear how she's doing that, Natalie? I know. We were tripping up over that acronym all morning.
And I must say,
she's good.
When Dr. Baden talked about participating of 3 events, which this next week you have the best opportunity because we are doing our Fit and Fun this Saturday, which is participating of the Pilates for Pink. So that could be your first event joining us. Then you can come to the amazing Fashion Forward, and then you can join us for the Silent Witness March, which is the next event.
I want to elaborate a little bit more on that, but I'm going to throw it out after this question. How then beneficial can Taya's Lounge be for young people, for youth here in Cayman?
It can be as beneficial as they want. The whole point of Taya, like you said, Sabrina, is to give them a voice. They don't have a voice. It's a safe place where they can have a voice. And then I am there to help facilitate and give them the resources and tools to shoot for the stars, shoot for the moon, shoot for the dream big. And that's kind of where I love the concept of BPW, and that Fashion Forward is supporting the scholarship fund because we are 14 to 21. I have some 19-year-olds come to me, it's too late for me, it's too late. It's never too late to dream. And do what you love.
But even the volunteers have some sort of connection to the space that you've created.
Yes, true.
I've had the pleasure of coming to the open house, and it was amazing. It was amazing to hear some of your volunteers saying, I wish there was a place like this when I was a youth. Right. And Natalie, they totally see what you're trying to do with the place. But like you rightfully say, even though you may not fit the age criteria, by volunteering, you're actually repairing what damage you may have personally overcome as a youth back in the day. It makes me feel very old. That by volunteering, you're able to assist and pay it forward through Taya's Lounge and be that mentor for at-risk youth. Now, how do you get those youths who may see themselves as, I ain't going there, I'm strong, I can beat this. That is for, the weaklings.
It's simple, free food and Wi-Fi. That's how we get them in. And then we just
free food and Wi-Fi.
Not just that, but it's other things. They could just tell the youth kids, they can tell when you're being transparent, when you're being honest, when you're being real with them, and you're not lying to them, and you respect them. And I've been told many times before we had these conversations about respect, they give respect when they're respected. And so it's me, the other teams, and then, of course, my amazing volunteers who I could not do this without. The volunteers as well.
So it's obvious some parents are overthinking this thing. Free food, Wi-Fi.
That's how I get the volunteers to me. So we like to eat around Taya. So.
Now, there's a Silent Women's March that is coming up. I'd love for you to take this opportunity as well to talk a little bit more about that. Please.
Thank you. Yes, we have hosted it every year. The annual Silent Witness March is every October, and it is a way to honor victims of domestic abuse and bullying. So as the name, as a silent march, we actually walk from the old government building at 5:30 p.m. this Thursday, and we will do on all the way through the courts, where we will be hosting a ceremony after. Mm-hmm. And in that ceremony, we actually welcome entities like Taya, Family Resource Center, and any of them that are also active in the community looking to avoid those issues in the Cayman Islands.
Mm-hmm. Any more upcoming events from either entities?
Yes, absolutely. Golf Scramble, we do it every year. It's November 24th. It's a Friday after Thanksgiving. That's another great fundraiser of BPW. And the ladies just take the afternoon out and meet us at the Ritz-Carlton Club.
Nice.
After that, December lunch, which is also an annual tradition for our club members to get together.
Excellent. Stay tuned for more of the Business Buzz when we come back. And I'll allow... Nope. Okay. What I'll allow you guys to do is to just recap all the... but for those persons who may just be joining us, recap of what we spoke about at the beginning of our show, how this collaboration came about, and again, what you expect for the persons who attend this event. Is there a cost? Is there tickets? How do you get entrance to this event?
Absolutely. Once again, we're hosting the Fashion Forward by BPW, the Business and Professional Women's Club. This year, we decided to partner with Taya Lounge, not only as Natalie is a recent BPW member who joined the club, but also her desire and love for fashion and willingness to assistance. We will be at Royal Palms from 5:30 p.m. Tickets are available, tables for 8 or individual tickets at $40 each. We can definitely be reached at info@bpwgcm.org, or you can reach us through Facebook, or 323-0285 is the number to call.
What about sponsorship opportunities? Any corporate sponsorship?
We would love and welcome them too. Yes.
Okay. It has been a pleasure. Any final thank yous, shout outs?
Yes, we would like to thank you definitely Rock Rogers Hair, MAC, Penha, Quintessential Movement, the Synchronized team that will be doing a performance, everybody who has been supportive and will be making this a success. We'll see you Wednesday night.
Okay. Ladies, it's always a pleasure and all the best, and I wish you all success on this upcoming event. You've been listening to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz as we've been speaking about the BPW Club empowering teens and the Taya team for the planning and execution of the BPW Scholarship Fundraising Award fundraiser fashion show. Speaking with Ms. Paula Robinson, who's president, Ms. Natalie Baldwin, who is Taya's Lounge coordinator and YBPW, and Dr. Alexandra Bodden, who is co-chair of YPW. Again, all success, and it has been a pleasure. Stay tuned for more of the Business Buzz when we come back, and we put the spotlight then on the organization, the Cayman Islands Tourism Association. We'll be talking about October's restaurant month. Over to you, Susan.
89.9 Radio Cayman helps you to weather the storm during this hurricane season.
One of the most crucial elements of hurricane preparedness is storm awareness. During the season, it is of utmost importance to pay attention to the latest local weather forecast, as hurricanes do not suddenly form or strike. There are various methods of advanced notification. Utilizing such may be the difference between a favorable outcome and disaster. Both television and radio serve as excellent mediums with up-to-the-minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman, 89.9 FM.
And the studio time now by Price Right is 7:59.
Price Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Price Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Price Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore.
Now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Everywhere.
Can you hear me now? Everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes, right from your Android or iPhone. Download the Radio Cayman app now on your Android or iOS phone.
The Radio Cayman app
is where you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere you go.
Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go.
Find it in the Google Store, the Apple Store, or use the link at www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Yes, now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
Your community, news and information. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Canada's largest independent marketer of fuel and petroleum products and a leading convenience store operator is acquiring 75% of Sol, the largest independent fuel marketer in the Caribbean. Radio Cayman's April Cummings has more.
A joint press release issued late Wednesday announces the two companies have agreed to complete a business combination between Parkland and Sol Investments Limited and its subsidiaries. Sol is a privately held company owned by the Simpson Group and is reportedly the largest independent fuel marketer in the Caribbean and a wholly owned subsidiary of Sol Limited. Sol supplies and markets a total of 4.8 billion liters of fuel volume annually across 23 countries in the Caribbean and generated U.S. $215 million in adjusted earnings before taxes, depreciation, and amortization in the 12-month period ending June 2018. Essentially, the Simpson Group, through its ownership in Sol, will own approximately 9.9% of the issued and outstanding shares in Parkland, and the group says it plans to remain a long-term investor in Parkland. Parkland will own 75%. Parkland President and CEO Bob Espy says the combination of Parkland and Sol will create a significant North American and Caribbean growth platform. The closing of the transaction is expected to occur sometime in the fourth quarter of 2018. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
The National Council of Voluntary Organizations' 39th Radio and Telethon is just around the corner, and this Saturday, NCVO staff and volunteers will be out and about at supermarkets to once again get as many donations in the lead up to the big night as possible.
We would love for people to help us push beyond our $140,000 goal. I know that we can do it.
NCVO's Mona Mead says the annual donations help children and families through 8 programs dedicated to their care, education, and well-being, and these donations ensure the NCV programs remain in operation.
Again, all the funds stay locally, and we're able to then help and assist people here in Cayman throughout the year. I mean, this isn't our only fundraiser, obviously, but we do know that this is the largest one that the NCVO puts on annually. So we're really asking everyone to come out, get involved.
The public can donate while out and about or log on to CaymanGiftCertificates.com to donate directly. You can also listen to Radio Cayman or watch Cayman 27 and call the Flow-sponsored phone line 946-6136 from 7 p.m. to midnight on October 20th. And Cayman observed World Teacher Appreciation Day on Friday, and Radio Cayman caught up with Year 6 teacher Shakinia Bush to find out why she thinks her profession is so important.
Every occupation out there starts with a teacher.
Ms. Bush says teaching isn't always easy, and yes, sometimes she wants to give up, but she doesn't, for one very good reason.
It's that special moment when you see a child get something, understand something, or be able to have input for the first time in their life and realize that input matters. That's the one thing that just keeps you going.
Ms. Bush is a teacher at Sir John A. Cumber Primary School in West Bay. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, who will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. The 2 crew members of a Russian Soyuz rocket who were forced to make an emergency landing minutes after takeoff are said to be in a good condition despite their ordeal. Photographs of the Russian cosmonaut Alexei Ovchinin and his American colleague Nick Hague show them smiling and looking relaxed. They've been flown by helicopter back to the Baikonur Space Center in Kazakhstan, from which their abortive mission was launched hours earlier. Stock markets have continued to fall amid concerns over global trade tensions and higher US interest rates. The main European indices are down by about 1.5%. In China, the markets closed at their lowest levels in 4 years. Police in Tanzania say a billionaire businessman has been kidnapped in Dar es Salaam. Witnesses say Mohamed Dewji was seized by 4 men outside a luxury hotel. Forbes magazine has described him as Africa's youngest billionaire. Beijing has dismissed Washington's allegations that a Chinese intelligence official tried to steal sensitive trade secrets from an American company. The Chinese Foreign Ministry said the charges were pure fabrication and urged the US to safeguard the legal rights of the individual concerned. Yan Zhenshu was extradited to the US from Belgium on Tuesday. BBC News.
What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
The NCVO needs your help. Tune in to the annual radio telethon on Saturday, October 20th at 7 p.m. for the best in local entertainment, including C&B, Trinity, Little Magic, Roy Barton, and High Tide. Call in to pledge any amount or donate online at CaymanGiftCertificates.com to be entered to win over $5,000 worth of prizes. The NCVO's annual radio telethon is broadcasted live from Prospect Playhouse on Radio Cayman and Cayman 27. The NCVO is one of Cayman's oldest charities dedicated to the care, education, and well-being of children and families in need of support. Tune in to Radio Cayman and please help us help our children. The annual Radio Telethon, Saturday, October 20th, 7 p.m. to midnight, live from Prospect Playhouse.
The Cayman Music and Entertainment Association is bringing back the Pirates Week National Song Competition, Saturday, November 10th. If you've got the lyrical and vocal skills to represent our beloved Isles and National Festival, enter today. Over $10,000 worth of prizes to be won, including $5,000 for first place. The winner will perform on the Kaboom main stage. The Pirates Week National Song Competition, bringing back the best of old times. Call 949-5078 to enter today. Sponsored by the Ministry of Culture, the TAB, CMEA, and Radio Cayman.
There are times when you need to stand and fight, and times when it makes more sense to hunker down and ride it out. I'm Charles Whitaker, reminding you that you need to know where you are going to safely shelter before the storm strikes. For more information, visit caymanprepared.ky.
In financial news, European markets sank in early trading today ahead of U.S. inflation data that may lift bond yields and possibly push interest rates higher. In Asia, losses on Wall Street overnight snowballed, triggering a slump in technology stocks. China's benchmark hit a 4-year low, and Tokyo's Nikkei 225 fell by an unusually wide margin of almost 4%. France's CAC 40 dropped 1.3% in early trading to 5,137, and the DAX in Germany lost 1.1% to 11,579. Britain's FTSE 100 tumbled 1.7% to 7,022. Tokyo's Nikkei 225 gave up 3.9% to 22,590, and the Shanghai Composite Index lost 5.2% to 2,583. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index shed 3.5% to 25,266. The Kospi in South Korea fell 4.4% to 2,129. Oil futures fell. U.S. crude gave up $1.10 to $72.07 a barrel. The contract settled at $73.17 in New York. Brent crude, the international standard, dropped $1.36 to $81.73 a barrel. And the dollar eased to 112.24 yen from 112.27 yen late Wednesday. The euro rose to 1.1543 from 1.1523.
The Tuesday and Thursday edition of The Business Buzz is brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies, providing quality pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, and consumer products to healthcare providers, retailers, and ultimately the patients at a reasonable rate in a friendly, caring, and timely manner. Cayman Medical Supplies is located at number 93 Smith Road, Windward Center. Telephone 949-6211.
Cruise tourism is a vital part of Cayman's economy. It is the government's responsibility to create an environment where our people can have an opportunity to grow and prosper today, tomorrow, and into the future. It is a myth that Cayman does not need cruise tourism. It is a fact that cruise passengers spend $200 million per year buying services from small businesses, tour operators, attractions, restaurants, and retail shops. Those funds stay right here, supporting our economy and communities. Support the pairs. Support our tourism.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Babe, not tonight. I need to be rested for all-day meetings tomorrow.
What are you talking about? I was almost asleep.
You keep poking me, and I can't sleep.
That's the mattress spring I keep telling you about. Not me. We really need to get a new mattress.
Tossing and turning, back hurting, can't sleep? It might be time to turn in your old mattress and go to bed with a new one. Browse the huge mattress showroom at Brand Source Home Gallery and pick the perfect mattress today. With mattresses to suit every budget, Brand Source Home Gallery stocks a wide selection of sizes and styles like pillow top and gel memory foam. So stop tossing and turning and sleep better tonight with a new mattress from Brand Source Home Gallery, Dawson Drive, Industrial Park.
Good morning. Time now for the latest weather report. Current temperature is 82 degrees. Relative humidity is 95%. Barometric pressure 29.89 inches and rising. The wind is east at 2 knots. Overnight low temperature was 78 degrees. Synopsis indicate a slack pressure gradient across the Caribbean will support light winds and seas across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours. And radar images show a few showers over the sister islands of Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, which are drifting towards the southwest. The National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Hurricane Leslie along with tropical storms Michael and Nadine. These systems pose no threat to the Cayman Islands. If you need further details, visit www.nhc.noaa.gov. Now the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today and tonight, calling for partly cloudy skies with cloudy spells and a 30% chance of showers and possible thunder, and temperatures will be in the upper 80s today and will fall to the upper 70s tonight. Your winds will be light and variable, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 5 minutes past 11, and a low tide this evening at 5 minutes after 5, and a high tide again tonight at 10:39. The sun will set this evening at 4 minutes past 6 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:19. And the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Saturday morning.
Update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Time for your traffic check. Busy traffic coming on Shamrock Road just past the Tomlinson roundabout, and also on the Linford-Pearson Highway, some slight delays expected as you head on down to Georgetown. Coming off Bobby Thompson Way, moderate flow of traffic, some sections looking steady, and on Huldah Avenue and Thomas Russell Avenue, traffic is also steady but flowing, and on Edward Street in front of the Georgetown Post Office, moderate flow of traffic. From the West Bay four-way stop, traffic flowing moderately in both directions and steady but flowing traffic on the West Bay Road in front of the Ritz in both directions. In and out of Georgetown on Shedden Road, not looking too bad as traffic is light to moderate, and a moderate flow of traffic on Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue. Coming from the West Bay four-way stop, traffic flowing light to moderate. Cool Road, steady but flowing traffic. And that's the very latest on your traffic. Also, moderate flow of traffic on North Sound Road. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 as we update you traffic-wise. Have a good morning and buckle up.
The Wesleyan Holiness Church is pleased to host the Interchurch Holiness Convention at their location on Northwest Point Road in West Bay, featuring visiting pastors James Plank and Roland Mitchell with music by the Cassidy family. Service hours are this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8:15 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. and Sunday at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. For more information on the Interchurch Holiness Convention by Wesleyan Holiness Church, contact host pastor Miss Brenda Wallach at 949-3394 or visit www.ihconvention.com.
In local sports, 53 athletes from the Cayman Islands will compete at the 2018 U.S. Touch Rugby Nationals in San Diego, California this week. The three-day tournament kicks off today at the Elite Athlete Training Center outside San Diego, California. The games will feature 34 teams from various U.S. cities, in addition to visiting teams from Australia. Cayman players will be competing in the men's, women's, mixed, and juniors divisions. And for the first time, Cayman is sending a juniors team to the U.S. Nationals. And in international sports, the German weekly magazine that first published the rape allegation against Cristiano Ronaldo says it has, quote, hundreds of documents that substantiate its report, and there's no reason to believe they are not authentic. Ronaldo's lawyers issued a statement on Wednesday calling the documents cited in the report, quote, complete fabrications. Der Spiegel magazine says, quote, we have no reason to believe these documents are not authentic, adding, quote, we have meticulously fact-checked our information and had it legally reviewed. Catherine Mayorga filed a lawsuit late last month in Nevada saying she was raped by Ronaldo in Las Vegas in 2009. Police have also reopened an investigation. The 33-year-old who plays for Italian club Juventus has denied any wrongdoing, but some sponsors, including Nike and video game maker EA Sports, have expressed concern about the rape allegation.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Cayman's Business Buzz.
Good morning, Cayman, and welcome back to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. This is our second segment this morning. I am your host, Sabrina Turner. And again, we want to thank our proud sponsors of the Thursday show, GreenTurtle.ky and Cayman Medical Supplies. This time, we will put this focus on the organization, the Cayman Islands Tourism Association, and our topic will be October's Restaurant Month. Why not? Why not? It's so fitting leading up to the upcoming and all the festivities, Christmas and holiday season. And I am pleased to have in studio with me this morning Miss Tiffany Dixon Ebanks, CETA's Executive Director, and she's joined by Miss Holly Whitelock, Manager, Marketing and Operations. Ladies, it's a pleasure to have you in studio.
Thank you for having us this morning.
Now, please share with our listening audience how Restaurant Month came to be. And in that same response, hopefully, you can tell us how it's grown over the years.
Well, several years ago, there's seasonality in tourism. There are months that we have a lot of visitors to the island, and there are other months when it's slower. I believe 2018 is kind of atypical because we're kind of flattening out the seasons because we're having record-breaking numbers of visitors to the island. But how this really started off was that, the months of September, October, typically a slower season. So we wanted to be able to have our member restaurants showcased in such a way that it was more appealing for not only visitors to the island, but the local community, so that, residents here would go out, fill in the gap, where we might have had less visitors to the island during those months, come out and enjoy, some of the wonderful cuisine that the Cayman Islands has to offer. It also gave an opportunity for those restaurant members to showcase, what they offer year round. Correct. And a lot of people locally in the community, you don't tend to go out that much, or you go out on special occasions. But this Cayman Islands Tourism Association created that special occasion during the month of October to go out and taste those delicacies. I must point out to the listening audience that it didn't start off, it wasn't a whole month at one point. It used to be called Restaurant Week. And then because of how good the promotion was, the restaurants were saying, that's too short. By the time you promote it, people come out and are like, oh, I missed it. So, instead of 1 week, lengthening that period of the promotion over a month, was the way to go, and it has caught on today. And there are a lot of people who look forward to it in the local community, and then there are even visitors who are now catching on and saying, if I go in October, I'll get that special prefix menus and with special prices. So that's one of the things that we as an association, we do want to promote, not just to visitors to the island, but to the local community.
So how many restaurants will be participating in October's Restaurant Month this year?
This year there's about 20 restaurants participating, 19 to be exact. And every year, sometimes we have the same restaurants participating again, and sometimes we have new restaurants participating. For instance, we have some of the eastern side restaurants participating with Tucka, Eagle Ray's Bar and Grill, and Taco Cantina. So it's island-wide, and there's all different types of restaurants. There's the Italian cuisine, the local cuisine from, Cayman Cabana, with their really cool menu, and it's just such a variety that there's something for everyone's taste.
Right.
And really the fun part is for people who do already eat out often, it's like they can kind of go to restaurantmonthcayman.com and plan their month. Okay, I'm going to have my lunch, here this day. So really you could try all the different menus, because, there's about 20 restaurants participating.
Correct.
A lot of them are doing lunch and dinner. So that's approximately, 30 odd menus. Some are only open for dinner, so only offer the dinner menu.
So let's talk a little bit about being a CETA member and its benefits. What is required to be a CETA member?
So we are a nonprofit organization, and we're run solely on the funds of membership dues. There's an annual membership fee to be a part of the association. We have an executive office with 4 members of staff, including the 2 of us here. We do a lot, so we do have a lot of volunteers and other partners in the community that sponsor events that we do in order for us to be successful, because we couldn't do it otherwise.
Of course.
And we're also led by a board of 15 different directors in various sectors of the economy. So we have hotels represented, condos, restaurants, of course, because we promote our restaurant members for this promotion, attractions, transportation companies, and we also have water sports activities. And we also have an allied group, which includes various sectors. Even financial institutions are part of our membership.
Excellent.
That's something that a lot of people don't realize. Media, publication houses, entertainment. We do have a few of those who are also members of CITA. So our mandate and our mission is so vast and varied, and the diversity of the various things that we champion as an organization. So on a yearly basis, our board meets on a monthly basis to look at the issues within tourism, what do we need to advocate for, and we're really here to represent our members. We have 200 plus different organizations who are a part of us, and Restaurant Month is just one of the things that we do to showcase what our members have to offer.
So do restaurants who participate have to be a member in order to be a part of Restaurant Month?
Yes. Generally, all of our events that we have, such as Taste of Cayman, it is a member benefit.
Okay.
So some of the requirements to become a member, as you said, there's annual fees depending on what type of business you are, how many employees. Something that we offer that's really cool, and if you're interested in finding more about CITA membership, you can email info@cita.ky or go to our website, cita.ky. But if you are a new member and you sign up later in the year, it'll be prorated. So now is a great time to get on, and to start seeing the benefits. One of the other is, excuse me, like for instance, our water sports companies, they have to meet a certain level of requirements. And similar to the other members, I think everyone that is a member of CITA goes through a membership application. Your business is practicing best standards. I think that is part of it, because we do, when we give our stamp of I guess that's a strong word, stamp of approval, but I'm proud to see when I go into a business and it says a proud member of CITA,
because you know what they've been through.
Yeah, they've been in a sense vetted through that. But really, I think our members, what I like and appreciate about our members is that they any expense is something you have to consider in a business, especially
Correct.
small businesses. And those small businesses that, invest in becoming a member, I really appreciate that, because they kind of see the bigger picture. They want to be a part of the collective voice and also get the marketing benefits.
Of course. That's a win-win right there.
Yes.
Now, persons can like and follow CETA's dedicated food page, Cayman Culinary, for a chance to win some wonderful gift certificates. Tell us more about that, please.
Yes, that's probably one of the most popular aspects of the Restaurant Month promotion is the gift certificate giveaway. So all participating restaurants give us about 4 gift certificates, and those go out to our different sponsors, such as Good Taste, who hosts our website, restaurantmonthcayman.com. And then we do the giveaways, like you mentioned, on Cayman Culinary and share on our CITA page. Though this year it's fun because we have joined with the 60th anniversary of the celebration of the coat of arms. So some of our trivia questions, like there's one going around right now, and it's a 2-part question. So it's a picture of a restaurant. So it's kind of like a photo trivia. Yeah. Guess where this photo was taken. And then also we've asked people based on the coat of arms, what did the 3 green stars on the coat of arms represent? Yeah. So there's going to be a lot of those. So people will have that educational component while also just having fun.
People are going to have to do some research.
Some of the questions are hard. I gave like a really easy one to start. We were reading them last night. Tiffany got some good ones. There's one, I'll give a little hint. It's he hath founded upon the sea comes from a certain Bible verse. So
it's funny because I know we're probably going to go away from the questions that you have there,
but it'll tie you.
We had our office last night. We went to one of the restaurants for our restaurant month. We tried to experience the menus ourselves, and they say sometimes you eat for taste, but you also eat with your eyes. Yes. One of the things, when you go out to dine, different from cooking at home, is that you're going to see a plate come out with fancy, chocolate sprinkles and stuff like that. So we went out last night and I think the first plate came out and we're like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful, because we're taking pictures. We're not only enjoying it, but we're also going out there to see what the restaurants have to offer, take photos so that we can share on our Cayman Culinary Facebook page so people kind of know what you're going out to see. These are the menu items that you're going to see. Right. So it's kind of interesting when you're behind the scenes working, promoting this for your members, going out, experiencing it, seeing what they have to offer, tasting and so on. It just kind of brings it all into perspective. So, those of you who are listening this morning who, you haven't gone out in a while, you haven't had a little family outing for a little while, this is your opportunity. Before Christmas comes around, it's a couple months before Christmas, as you mentioned at the beginning of our show, but take the opportunity. Go out and see what our restaurants are offering.
Now, Ms. Tiffany, are you able to go out and dine and not be noticed, or do you have spotters when you go out? Like you said, you went out last night for dinner. Yes. It's one thing.
We kept it pretty low key.
Yes,
that's
right. Okay. I mean, nobody knew.
But a lot of people know persons. But when you're able to go through this vetting process, how are you able to ensure that your members are continuously maintaining a certain standard that got them your so-called your stamp of approval?
Well, one good thing about Cayman is news travels quickly, right? So if there's anything that's questionable that's happening, it's kind of just, you'll catch wind of it. But I've been with CITA going on 4 years, and I don't think we really do have a great country full of people who are passionate about their businesses, who take pride in what they're doing. So we've been really lucky in that everyone who's a CITA member is generally just going above and beyond.
Right.
So,
spotter in the sense of good and bad. I mean,
Taste of Cayman has that, right? We have that with the secret judges.
Correct.
So that's kind of similar. And I do have friends that will, quote, report back about their experience, but we're not really, intentionally setting spotters.
But we're not only just want to focus on the negative sides, because sometimes I think that outweighs the great service and presentation and quality of food that is being presented.
All the most of the feedback I get is very positive.
Good to know.
Yeah, I think one of the things that would answer kind of what you're trying to bring out is in this age of social media, the same Cayman culinary page, we do have people, yes, they're participating in the competitions because they want to win.
Of course.
The gift certificates. But we do get a lot of feedback that way. Outside of the Cayman culinary page, we have our CITA page. And a lot of times we get feedback from even not just on the, because what we find is that there's some people who will do the public posting on social media, but then there's some people who will send us a private message via social media.
Good.
So we're getting that feedback as well. We on a consistent basis throughout the year. We do get messages back from visitors, and we also get messages back via email. You know, where people say, "Oh, I visited so and so. I didn't know that this was happening." Promotion, or we'll have a visitor who came to Ireland. I had no idea. I stumbled upon this, and I'm so grateful that I found you guys. So that we get constant information flow. And then, you know, in terms of the positive feedback, we also do have sector meetings within our membership where members are able to talk to us. So members are able to talk with the office, but also with our different board directors, and just kind of report on some of the positive experiences that they've had. And if there's anything that needs to be addressed or tweaked for next year, we're also very welcoming of that feedback, because it only makes us grow and it makes us a better organization.
Thank you so much. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear more about October's Restaurant Month from the Cayman Islands Tourism Association.
You may have heard of them by now. greenturtle.ky, a one-stop shop for your mobile needs, whether shopping for a new phone or topping up a loved one. It's time to hop aboard the Green Turtle Express. From 24-hour delivery in Grand Cayman to sending credit worldwide, greenturtle.ky is the future of mobile. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. greenturtle.ky. They get there first.
Thousands of Caymanians work in our cruise tourism industry. It is a myth that Cayman does not need cruise tourism. It is a fact that 4,500 Caymanians work in this industry today as taxi and tour operators, boat captains and crew, restaurateurs, retailers, water sports operators, and ambassadors at our attractions. If our cruise tourism industry is half of what it is today, what are we going to do with our people, the thousands of unemployed Caymanians? Support the peers, support our tourism.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, and keeping the spotlight on CETA and this month's October, and it's October's Restaurant Month. Cayman Restaurant Month 2018 is once again here, and an event to put on by the Cayman Islands Tourism Association along with sponsors. It's a great opportunity for persons to sample some of Cayman's finest cuisine. Foodies can enjoy dining at some of Cayman's best restaurants at value for money by offering low fixed price menus throughout the whole month of October. And telling us more about that, I'm pleased to welcome CETA's Executive Director, Ms. Tiffany Dixon Ebanks, and she's joined by Marketing and Operations, Ms. Holly Whitelock. Now, let's talk about how persons can, you know, the dining, the restaurant scene in Cayman, how it has changed, if you've noticed that over the years. What have you noticed?
I think it's grown in diversity with the different types of restaurants, but also there's a lot more fine dining, I think. I mean, well, there was always fine dining, but it was like certain ones. So I think we have diversity, not just in the cultural, you know, taste of food or the dishes, but also in the wide range of different types of restaurants participating, whether it, you know, we have members from Subway, Burger Shack, you know, some of those comfort foods, everyday type of thing. And then moving on to, you know, Ristorante Pappagallo, who's doing a 4-course, actually, menu for $45.
Nice.
Yeah, over the years, you know, we've grown this reputation as the culinary capital of the Caribbean. And that's really, it started, I think, in about 2010 13, 14 when that title started being discussed.
Mm-hmm.
And then over now, it's like, at first it was kind of something that maybe was debatable, but I think, or other countries would have considered debatable. But now, come 2018, I think we definitely are officially.
It just rolls off
yes,
the tongue.
the culinary capital of the
Claim
Caribbean.
It. Claim it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, curious in having your take on how people habits have changed, if any. Are they eating out more or less? What have you seen?
I think it depends. It's kind of where you're at. I always tell people, I encourage corporate groups to go out and dine, right? Because just as us, a small team, it really does help build that camaraderie. So we encourage large groups to go out to socialize. Families, as Tiffany said, that don't get to go out as much. I think people are dining out. I think this month really encourages them to dine out more, right? Because of the costs, the cost of living has gone up just a tad. And so as far as, you can say, well, I'm going to go and prepare a dinner here. But, that labor it comes at a cost to a certain extent, right? So I think especially now, if you're looking at generations, with more women in the workplace even, I think people are dining out a little bit.
Yes, more. I want to agree with you there, in all honesty. I'll have to observe it a little bit more. But I do see that based on the age gap of your children, if you have families. Yeah. But I've noticed that our millennials are taking this whole spin of dining out to a different level. And for them, it works for them. Yes. But for the traditional mom, dad, 2, 3 kids, that's more looked at as a treat. But even them, I've noticed by me going out, are dining out a bit more because of how the menus are created to also incorporate kids eat free. Even some of our local hotels, I noticed based on certain age for brunch and breakfast, there's some serious discount for kids.
Yes, there is. And I think over the years, I must take hats off to the Department of Tourism because the issue of Kids Eat Free came about several years ago. It was like a summer campaign promotion that started off several years ago, and I think it caught on. So it's now not just a government-led initiative, but restaurants and properties, accommodations, they're actually now doing some of that on their own initiative because they see that the benefits
of it. You bring the parents and you,
it's an incentive. One of the things as well, and I think it's just a part of the times that we're in 2018, perhaps why people are going out more, is that the world is sort of getting to be a crazy place. And you want to spend that, quality time with your family, with your friends, whilst things are a little bit normal because the next day you don't know what could happen. There's also a fast-paced, it's getting faster and faster with technology. I was at the SIMPA conference the other day, and they're like, people will not put their phones down and take a break. So, this is the opportunity. There's Restaurant Month now. Just put your phones away.
That is a great
take some time and just sit down and enjoy,
I totally agree.
Conversation, a glass of wine with your colleagues or your friends or family. Sit down and just take a break from the work is going to happen tomorrow. You're going to get up tomorrow. You're going to go to work, but take
personal interaction.
I think that's something that you just need to take some time and do that. So.
Of course, that's fair, and it's I want to say it's the new norm, but is it the new norm when technology is definitely taking aim at everything and we're becoming so robotic, hence the reason we're seeing an increase in carpal tunnel syndrome. People are using those big tapes in their necks. Are we walking down like this too much? But take the moment, take that break from all your electronic devices, smart devices. Go out and really enjoy the food. Yeah. You would be able to identify the herbs, all of the love and passion that the people in the kitchen has taken time out to prepare. You mentioned presentation. Yes, we do eat with our eyes, but when last have you tuned into your taste buds? You can't do that down and responding to an email. I can assure you that. You can't really appreciate it.
That's why there's goes with the, being mindful, being in the moment. So I think there was, to speak to Tiffany's and what we're talking about with the technology, people are encouraged, be at lunch.
Right.
And I know that sounds, what does that mean? Be at lunch.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't mean that you're sending emails, or answering the emails, and we all do it. So we're all guilty of it, because if you're a passionate person about your career, or, you like what you're doing, or even if you're just a motivated or ambitious person. But I think it really is important to take that break. Take your 15-minute break, and you don't have to be staring at your phone, or, take that lunch break and be present.
Correct.
With your family.
I
and
think
loved ones.
hence the reason Tiffany was saying it's a crazy world. You can slow it down. I have slowed it down a bit by just saying, this is my hour that I've dedicated to my friend. I will put my phone on vibrate or silent. I'll put it in my bag. And I give you my undivided attention. For those who are around me and who are dear to me, I am not available between this time and this time. So they will understand if you're calling me, messaging me, this is why you're not getting me. Because I've given that time to you, my friend, if I invite you for lunch. It is such disrespect, in my opinion, when we're there having that moment and you're just taken off in another world. So I totally agree with you, but we got to take control.
Yeah, I think, and you mentioned the different generations, the younger generation, right? I think for me, kind of being one of the older millennials, right? I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm an older millennial. I try to keep.
I've never heard that category, but I see exactly where you're going.
Yeah, my brother, I think, is a younger millennial, but so I see the big difference in 80s babies versus 90s babies. Yes. But I think to them, it's a part of life a little bit more, so it's harder for them to. Whereas us, where we know the difference, we know the pre-phone stuck to your hand era. But as you said, the millennials are the ones that are going, and they're like, we're going to go to we're going to taste every one of these menus.
Exactly.
And they're like, that's just perfectly budgeted for them. That's not even, to them, that's a great way to spend their money. And I agree with them. Right. And I think the restaurants would agree too, that's a great, because it's not just like we talked about the food, but it is the experience.
It's true. You got your Uber Eats, you got everything. My sons will plan trips away. And one of the first things they do based on where they're going to stay is they try to look for what restaurants are in close proximity to where we're going to live. And I'm like, really? And they will tell you, they will explore on those restaurant websites, their menus. So they are, again, ahead of the game.
It's using technology as an advantage
using technology,
at that point.
But once you get there, you really don't have that problem with them because they know exactly what to expect. They pretty much got an idea of what the menus involve. Oh, I'll leave that one to the last. That's a little bit more uppity up. This is what we can grab in a day in between the shopping, in between the theme parks. But you can use.
It's like you have a personal assistant.
Well, yeah.
And that's actually a good segue for us to kind of shine a light on our website, which is restaurantmonthcayman.com. We've partnered with Good Taste over the years, who's a great one of our major sponsors for this event. They actually maintain that website for us as the host for the different menus that are out there.
Right.
So as you were saying for your son, this would be good for him because you actually it's a one-stop shop where you can actually go on to restaurantmonthcayman.com, scroll down, you see all the restaurants that are participating, one click shows you what their menu is.
Nice.
So you're able to plan in advance. So you can go click, 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 click. Okay, this is my favorite. This is my second. You can go and plan your menu in advance. You don't have to go to the restaurant and then have a menu sit. Oh, what am I gonna eat? Yeah. No, you can plan
beforehand.
You can know in advance, plan in advance what you're gonna eat, and then the menu also has the price. So you're already budgeted. You don't have to think too much about what the cost is going to be at the end.
And for diet restrictions, again, it can prepare you to know what they offer, how flexible there would be, because you have an idea with their set menu.
Yeah, because the set menu, if we didn't mention before, a lot of them will have like 2 or 3 choices per course. So it's not just, you're going to get this soup, this entree, and this dessert. It's like, which appetizer do you want? Yes. Which entree do you want? And a lot of restaurants are offering vegetarian, vegan options or certain dietary different dietary options because of, they know that's, I was talking to my friend the other day, I said, even like me, I'm not a vegetarian yet or a full vegan, but even us carnivores, we are seeking to eat more vegetables. We are seeking to, just have more nutritious meals. Because we realize the connection between, food and our health, and all of our restaurants, they just take such great pride in all of the food that they create, and a lot of it's locally sourced, and that's something that we encourage and promote as well. So
to each his own, but guess what? You are what you eat. You're in tune to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll learn about planning and sponsors. Are there, just to get an idea of the sponsors who are able to keep this going, and any collaborations, partnerships. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Attention all culinary specialists. The Pirates Peak Festival is calling all skilled food vendors to participate in its downtown food courts on Friday, November 9th, Saturday, November 10th, and Monday, November 12th. Register today by calling 949-5078. Remember, only biodegradable packaging is permitted in the food courts as part of the Pirates Against Plastic campaign. Let's reduce our use of single-use plastic and celebrate the seas together. Only a few spots remain, so get registered today for the Pirates Peak Festival food courts, sponsored by Pepsi, the Tourism Attraction Board, and Radio Cayman.
I've got some beautiful clothes. I know just where they go.
Meet the world with Puritan Cleaners. They are here for you and me. Best cleaners you will see. Happy 60th anniversary to Puritan. Puritan, now using the most popular and eco-friendly cleaning solvents. Take advantage of our ongoing discounts on all men and women's apparel. Ask about other discounts. 4 convenient locations to serve you: Savannah Countryside, Elgin Avenue, Georgetown, Centennial Towers, West Bay, Eastern Avenue, Georgetown. Drive through, rain or shine. Free pickup and delivery. Call Puritan Cleaners 949-7104. You feel good when you look good.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, the business topics that matter, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. Business Buzz.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz, and keeping the spotlight this morning in our second segment on October's Restaurant Month. And we're speaking with Sita, who's in studio telling us more. Now, who are some of the persons that are making this all possible? I'll give you an opportunity to mention the participants, sponsors, and any persons. Are there still opportunities for sponsorships?
Sure. So Good Taste, as Tiffany mentioned, they are a long-standing member, or Acorn Publishing, which Acorn Publishing has Good Taste, Explore, Resident, and Good Taste being the foodie. Yes. Foodie aspect of the business has been a really big support to Restaurant Month since its inception, really, as far as we mentioned with the Restaurant Month, Cayman.com hosting that. And it's a win-win, right, for everyone, because they also promote restaurants nonstop, so they can say you are the Lobster Pot and you have a listing on their site. Well, it's also going to say, restaurant, like a little flash of Restaurant Month participant. So it's a really dynamic way of advertising, and we really appreciate their continued sponsorship and support. We have Hurley's Media came on as a sponsor. They support Taste of Cayman, and now they're supporting Restaurant Month. And over the years, we've had different companies come on to support Restaurant Month and also to build relationships with restaurants. So this year, we have a new sponsor, Home Gas, and they've been in business for a long time, and they want to show their support for Restaurant Month, and then, also offer maybe discounted home gas packages to the participants. An exciting development this year is we got sponsorship from the Celebrate Cayman initiative, and that's through the Premier's office, and we really, they approached us, and it was such a exciting opportunity, because what better way to celebrate than through food and socializing. So that is, they're not only a sponsor, but they're playing a role in the Restaurant Month experience by talking about the, like there's going to be some certain events at restaurants where they feature the pineapple and talk about the pineapple in the coat of arms and how, that relates to our culture and history. So those are our sponsors this year. Excellent. And then we appreciate Radio Cayman having us on and giving us the opportunity to talk to this audience because it's, as Tiffany mentioned, we are a nonprofit, and to participate in Restaurant Month is like literally a nominal fee. Right. If it wasn't for our sponsors and for, opportunities like this to come on and speak, I don't think the word would get out so much. Yeah.
Well, it's our pleasure.
Thank you.
Will there be an opportunity to vote for Cayman's best restaurant?
Well, not for Restaurant Month, but for Taste of Cayman.
Okay.
So I think, as Holly mentioned earlier, in order to be a part of the Restaurant Month, you have to be a member of CITA. And a lot of the restaurants who participate in Restaurant Month also participate at Taste of Cayman, which, is our largest annual event that the association puts on. So, persons going out now, say you went to 5 restaurants during Restaurant Month, you want to make sure you go back and visit their booths at Taste of Cayman at the festival. So it's just another opportunity to actually have that touch points with each of the different restaurants that are part of our association.
And I'm quite sure you'll be back on in January. Can't believe we're saying that already.
Yeah, it is hard to believe.
Definitely promote Taste of Cayman again. Now, what is the website address and social media details for foodies to stay up to date on all of the happenings for Restaurant Month?
So we like to keep it simple. So the website with all the Restaurant Month details is restaurantmonthcayman.com. Mm-hmm. So that's where you'll find the specific menus and we talked about, maybe I'll read a quick list or quickly read the list of the participants this year.
Of course, please.
I do know them by heart, but since I don't want to miss anyone, I'll read them today. Another thing that's interesting, I don't know if this is all over the world, but a lot of our hotels are some of people's favorite restaurants.
Huh.
Yeah, and they've actually won Cayman's favorite restaurant, some of the hotel restaurants, and I don't think that's common all over the world that the hotels have such a local visiting, the local following as well. So we find that interesting. We have 2 hotels participating with their restaurants this year. As I read the first one, Ave at the Kempton, Casanovas, they're such a huge support. Catch, Cayman Cabana, Ristorante Papagallo, The Wharf, Tucca, Taco Cantina, Eagle Ray's Bar and Grill, Champion House 2 this year, Simboco, Eduardo's, The Brasserie, and now The Brasserie Caboose, Rackham's, Sunshine Grill, Agua, The Lobster Pot, and Ferdinand's at the West End.
Great. Thank you. And it's good to get that out there so the persons can keep them on the top of their list if they're planning on dining out this weekend or even, hey, grab quick lunch today.
Yeah, the lunches are $15 or $20 for 2 or 3 course meals. So
excellent. There's no reason why not to go and try them. It's the whole month. What are some other events in the works for CITA that persons can look forward to?
We talked about Taste of Cayman, and that's something that both locals and visitors look forward to every year. Restaurants look forward to showcasing. It is competitive, so it's fun, and people come with their A game. So everyone has a wonderful experience because everyone's coming with their A game. So. And it's not just food, right? There's a lot of fun festivities going on.
It blows your New Year's resolution straight out of the water if it's the diet thing.
Hope, start your resolution February 1st. But there's, fireworks and other things at Taste of Cayman. Another one of our events that is membership, you want to be a member to be a part of it, is the Stingray Awards. And, we won't divert too much, but it is one of the most rewarding events that we put on, I guess, because you are recognizing the people, the restaurant managers, the restaurant employees, the accommodation, the water sports. So that basically is a culmination of everyone's greatest efforts and then recognizing them for that excellence. And it's such an encouragement to them.
Sure. In closing, what would you like to leave with our listeners regarding Restaurant Month and any additional information you'd like to share or to hammer home to those who may be streaming us live on YouTube and through the airwaves?
Yeah, I would just like to encourage persons who are listening, whether you're visiting the island or you live here, to take the opportunity. We're almost at the middle of the month, right?
Yeah.
So it ends at, it's from 1 to 30. So ensure that you don't miss out this year. Go out, go on to Restaurant Month, Cayman.com, look at the menus, plan what you want to go get. And, whether you want to go with your family, with your friends, take that moment, take some time away from the electronic devices, sit and enjoy your meal. Also want to encourage persons to go on to the Cayman Culinary social media page, because there's lots of prizes and surprises in there. The restaurants who are participating are very generous in donating, really, gift certificates, because a part of their promotion, this kind of creates a buzz as well.
Of course.
So that persons can have an opportunity to win some of those fantastic prizes.
Yes, we started the competition on about the 10th of the month, so we're going to be giving a gift certificate away every day for the rest of the month on Cayman Culinary.
Excellent. It has been a pleasure, ladies. Again, I want to wish you all success. Keep up the great works and getting the word out there. And this is revitalizing and giving those restaurants who do not necessarily close during what is known as the slow season an outlet and the ability to not only showcase what their menus and what the level of cuisine that they serve to our locals and stay over tourists alike. Again, continue for those efforts and wish you all success.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina.
We've been speaking to Ms. Tiffany Dixon-Ebanks, the CETA's Executive Director, and Holly Whitelock, Manager, Marketing of Operations of CETA, telling us more about October's Restaurant Month, and we implore you to go onto the website to get more. But more so, instead of just doing that, pull the doors of one of your many restaurants this month and leading up to the holidays. It has been a pleasure. I want to thank our sponsors again for the Thursday show, greenturtle.ky. Get your new phone at greenturtle.ky. No stress, no fuss at greenturtle.ky. And also our friends over there at Cayman Medical Supplies. Give them a call, 949-6211. I'm your host, Sabrina Turner. I want to thank our producer, Susan. Until Tuesday, have a safe and fabulous Thursday.
Shaken yet standing firm. This is Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.